ladies. Right. Joining us now from NC State is head coach Wes Moore, along with student athletes Madison Hayes and Saniya Riffers. If you have a question, please raise your hand and we'll get a mic over to you. Please introduce yourself and provide the name of the media outlet you're representing. We will start with an opening statement from Coach before we open it up for questions. Coach, whenever you're ready.
Yeah, just really proud of our defensive effort and our job on the boards. They're a great scoring team. They're a great rebounding team, and I thought our players did a nice job of trying to take away strengths. Madison did an excellent job with Utsby. She's one of the best rebounders ever, and I thought Madison did a great job trying to keep her off the boards. Kelly, obviously a great scorer for him. I thought Saniya did an excellent job defending her, and our posts, all three of them about fouled out, trying to slow down the inside game there. But at the end of the day, pretty good job in there as well. So real proud of them. Transition is also a big strength of theirs, and they didn't get very many fast break points. So all that's defensive. Proud of that. And again, just a good, solid team win.
Thanks, Coach. We'll open it up for the room. We'll go front and center first.
Coach Skip Foreman, News and Record of Greensboro. 2 questions.
Yeah.
Number one, you beat a team that beat you. There's a chance you'll face a team you beat. The bottom line is, how do you separate a revenge factor from simple preparation for a game?
Yeah. This time of year, we don't talk about revenge. I never brought that up. It's all about, right now, it's March, as I like to call it, March Gladness. It's that time of year, and these games are too important, standing alone, to worry about revenge. So, again, it's, either way, we got to, as you mentioned, we got to focus on preparation and taking away the things we want to take away from the other team and trying to exploit things that we want to try to utilize. So, yeah, it's not really about that.
Second question, the rumor or speculation, if you will, is that you won't be back here next year or the year after or whatever the schedule has. But what has Greensboro meant to you?
Yeah.
And how important is it to have an ACC tournament here in town?
Yeah, of course, we don't know anything officially yet, but Greensboro's been unbelievable. And I know everybody's going to say, well, sure, you like it because you got the fans that come over here and support you, and no doubt, that's awesome. But I just think this is the ACC footprint. And, I know some teams now got teams from all across the country. But to me, the ACC is Tobacco Road and all that stuff. And I just think it's so well supported here. The Greensboro Sports Committee, the volunteers, they make it a first-class event. And so obviously we love coming here.
We're going to go here in the second row.
Connor Vandermark with The Technician. Hey, Wes. So you always talk about how you want to let up under 70 points. Not only did you let up under 70
60.
You let up under 60.
Yeah.
And you were 2 points away from holding them to their lowest total of the season. And you also held them to just 5 points in the first quarter. What were you noticing differently, and how did you scheme that up?
Yeah, again, I think our players did a great job of the scout, applying the scout. They've got some players that are unbelievable three-point shooters. They've got other players that are, really hard to guard off the bounce. And you got to try to take away their strength. Now, they can score other ways, but you got to try to take away their strengths. Like I said, big emphasis was transition, trying to slow that down, and then, second chance points. And I'm so proud of them. They carried those two things out unbelievably well and tried to, again, take away player strength. So I think that was the whole key to having a good day.
We'll go in the third row.
Hey, Coach. Brian Pirtle with Pack Pride. Obviously, Isaiah James had a bit of a scary moment there in the first quarter, went down hard, but came back early in that second quarter, immediately knocks down a three. What does it do for your team? And I'm sure the fellow players can speak on this. as well. What does it do for y'all when you see her come back into that game and immediately start just battling back, just the warrior that mentality she showed today?
Yeah, again, Isaiah is, she's prime time. She loves the big stage and plays well when she's in those situations. We had, these kids, they all went down against, and Saniya's been battling the flu all week. We didn't know if she was going to even play yesterday. Really it was a game time decision almost. And then, of course, Madison, got hit also in the head. So it's a tough game. It's a physical game out there. Again, Carolina plays really hard, and they get after you. And so there's going to be some contact. But, again, yes, definitely good to see her be able to come back in and pick right up where she left off. And glad all of them are okay.
Madison and Saniya, anything to add about what it did for you all as a team to see Isaiah be able to come back in?
We were glad that she came back in. She's a huge impact to, our offense and defense. I think she did a great job defensively. And so, we just picked up the slack until she came back. And, when she came back, she, gave me my assist off of the 3. So, yeah.
We knew Zai wasn't going to stay down too long. Like Coach said, she's made for these moments. She's made to play on these stages. So it just created a big momentum shift for us. And we're just glad that she was able to physically come back and finish it out with us.
Go here in the front row.
Hello, I'm Robin Glam with Inside Pack Sports. This is for all three. This today was a continuation of the growth and development of the freshmen, the contributions they're making. And I think you can add Mallory Collier. I know she's a sophomore, but she contributed. She helped bridge that gap with the foul trouble to get you to the end. If you don't mind, all three of y'all just speak to that, especially the importance of what they did with that foul trouble.
Saniya, can you take that one first?
Yeah, I just think it speaks to how everybody just stays ready when their name or number is called. Mallory came in ready, Lorena, Tilda, Zam, they all came and gave us big minutes, especially the post players. They were in deep trouble today with foul trouble. So just everybody being ready when their number was called, big contribution, and we're just proud because that's what we expect from them. So.
I agree with everything Naya said.
Chicken.
But I think, Tilda, when she fouled, a couple times, even in the first half, Lorena came in and stepped in. She didn't play yesterday, but she was ready to come in and play today, and it showed. She had big buckets later in the game, and Mallory, like you said, bridged that gap for us, had a big and one for us. So I'm really proud of them. They came a long way from the beginning of the season to now, and it just shows their growth as well.
Yeah, I thought Tilda got off to a great start, scored a few buckets there when we really needed it early in the game, including knocking down a 3. Then Lorena ended up 10 points, 2 for 2 from the foul line, did some really good things, 4 for 5 from the field. So I thought, and her length and all, I think helps down there defensively. And then Mallory, when I put her back in, I said, hey, we got to have rebounds, and she went in there and got a big offensive board and a stick back when we really needed it. So, yeah, all three of them, we needed them all today because I think they all about had four fouls on them. So we needed everything we got out of them.
We'll go to our left now.
Lauren with the 9450. This is for the players. I'm playing in 3 games in back-to-back days, or 3 games in 3 days. How do you mentally and physically prepare to play in back-to-back games, especially with huge implications on the line with essentially having the potential to win a championship tomorrow?
Yeah, want me to go first?
It don't matter.
Okay. Yeah, we prepared for this since the summer when we were out on that track dying, run them laps like we was track stars. So we're built for moments like this. We've prepared mentally and physically. Obviously, after games like this, we'll go get recovery. It helps that we had the earlier game first, so we have longer just to recover and prepare and to scout. We'll have time to get some rest tonight. I think Coach mentioned that we lose an hour, so he's cutting our time back, saying that we need to get in bed early. So we're definitely going to do that and be recovered for tomorrow.
Thank you.
We'll go right in front of that to Lindsay.
Lindsay Gibbs with Power Plays. Courtney was here talking about, looks like all 3 of the triad teams are going to get to host this year, triangle teams. And she said that when she first got the job that she talked with you, and it was Joanne at the time, about how cool that would be and what a moment that would be. Can you talk about what this moment for basketball in this area? For women's basketball?
Me? Who?
Yeah, Coach.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I think it's great. It just shows, again, we talk about the ACC and, the triangle area and the Tobacco Road again, all that. I think it's pretty cool. And, all three teams have had great years and, some big wins. And, to be able to host is special. Only 16 teams in the country, and to have three of them within 30 minutes of each other is going to be special, no doubt.
We'll go in the third row on our left to Brian, and then next one will come third row front and center.
This one's for the players. So kind of in a similar vein, y'all have a chance to win a championship title, the first for this program since 2022. What would it mean for this year's group to bring an ACC title back to Raleigh?
Madison, can you take that one first, please?
I think it's going to be amazing. I think just, obviously for us vets, me and Zaza were a part of that 2022 team. And like just having that much impact on the game now that, we're vets, and now Nia's a part of the team. I think it's a special moment for the freshmen to feel that moment and be a part of something great. And that's what, Coach Moore built before, we came, and we're going to continue to keep building his legacy here at NC State. And, the fans here are amazing. So giving that back to them as well would be amazing.
For me personally, I've never won a conference tournament. When I was a freshman at South Carolina, we ended up, I think, losing to Kentucky. And then here, unfortunately, I didn't get to win it with them. So I think tomorrow's just going to be special because, like Madison said, I get to win it with a team that I love so much, appreciate, and I think it's going to be fun. So, yeah.
Go third row in the center.
Megan Smith, the Daily Tar Heel. I have a two-parter for Saniya and Coach. I'm just curious how you guys came to the game just so physical-minded against an equally physical Tar Heel team. And then second question is, how did you just key in on those UNC stars and execute your scout against them?
Saniya, would you like to take that first?
What was the first one? Sorry, I didn't know if we were going to answer the first one first.
Just the physicality of the game and how you handled that.
Yeah, I mean, we prepare for that all season. Like I said, again, it starts from the summer, getting in the weight room, being on the track. As far as the mental aspect, that's a tough team. Like Coach mentioned, give them their credit, but I just think we wanted it more tonight, and it showed. There was one point I was switched on to Utsby just to give Madison a blow, and I was thinking, oh man, okay, she's a little strong, but I got to be a little tougher mentally and physically. And I actually got me one good box out, and I was proud of myself. But I was like, okay, Madison, that's enough. It's time to come back in now. But no, just overall, I'm really proud of my effort, my physicality mentally and physically. I was telling someone earlier that I take a lot of pride in defense, especially getting ready for the next level, and I know they're going to be a lot stronger there. So just being able to take strides like I did tonight, I think it's a great start.
And Coach, do you want to answer the question about keying in on UNC's stars?
Yeah, I mean, again, it's like any time when you're putting together a scout, you're trying to take away, certain players' strengths, and, it doesn't always work. You don't always, again, we don't have a ton of time to prepare for these games. We usually do a walkthrough in the evening, watch film, and then do a walkthrough in the morning and watch film. But also, we just played them a couple of weeks ago, so you kind of know, what strengths are, who does what, and try to take those things away. And as far as the physicality, it's March, and we got seniors, grad students here. They know the importance of it, and so it's just they're playing hard, and it's going to be physical from here on out. So you just got to prepare for that.
Go in the second row and then take our last in the front.
This is for Madison and Saniya. You both are guards that play in that forward position. You both took turns playing the four. You both guarded Utsby. You each had 8 rebounds and a couple blocks. Is there a certain level of pride that you take in playing out of position and providing that spark to the team?
Okay. Obviously I was a 3-player last year, and like with, losing Mimi and River, when Coach Moore asked me, not really asked me, but just threw me in there at the 4. But, I think like just sacrificing for my team and just knowing that I have to be able to give something. And, I'm going to be, undersized. Everybody tries to pick on me, but, I take that seriously and I take that personally. And I did what I had to do tonight, and I feel like Nia did really great as well. For her not to always do it like I do, but I think she did her part, so.
I think the fastest way to grow is just being thrown into the fire. I've been thrown into the fire since I was a freshman. I didn't think I was going to play point guard in college. Thought I was going to be on the wing, but my coach Don told me my freshman year, if you want to play, you're going to play point guard. I was just like, okay, I'll play point guard. And then this year, obviously, like she said, with me and River leaving, everybody was moving around. Nobody knew what position they would play. Obviously, Zoe coming in at point guard this year. Me playing more wing, and then seeing that at first we didn't know if we would have a true 5 to play. Tilda getting thrown into the fire. She's never played the 5 before, definitely not at this level. So her being thrown into the fire, and like you said, sometimes I have to play the 4, but I'm long enough, I'm fast enough, quick enough, strong enough. So I think that we all just hold our own, and if we're thrown into the fire, we just know we all have to play our role and do whatever we can to contribute to the win.
And we don't really call them 4 players. We got 4 guards. You know, we're playing 4 guards out there, and you know, she may end up having to guard a forward that's a little bit taller than her or whatever. But it's a 4-guard system, and we got 4 pretty good ones. So that's the way we try to approach it.
Do we have any other questions for NC State?
They got that on video. I'm sorry.
Okay, thank y'all. And there's like literally minutes left in their open locker room, so I would recommend sprinting back there if you're
Did
planning
somebody
fast.
get that on video? They had to have gotten that. That was.
I told Madison I was wrong.
She was wrong. So
But
she had 8.
She had 8 rebounds.
She had 8.
I was looking at Bernard's